Hello everyone, my name is Dave Portner and today we'll be talking about something called Hackathon. Hackathon is an event where developers, designers, programmers gather together to brainstorm and build prototypes of solutions. And it's a term coined in 1999 by IBM and the OpenBSD group. It's a portmanteau of the word hack and marathon, so they just joined it and they came up with hackathon. So programmers just gather and build prototypes in a very short period of time, usually between 24 hours and 72 hours. So some hackathons last 24 hours, some 2 days, some 3 days. All right, maximum is usually 3 days. And during the hackathon, how does this happen? During the hackathon, programmers just gather mostly in a hall or a building upstairs, downstairs, and you provide them with all the APIs they need. Then you provide them with caffeine. You know, these guys need to be mentally alert throughout. Some of them, even in that 3 days, they get to sleep little. So they need caffeine, they need to be awake and coding like all the time. You understand? So is that good? Then you provide them with internet service. Programmers like to live online. So if you're going to organize such a thing, yeah, they need to have access to internet, free access to internet. So what is the power of applications that can be built in one night? So the Shutterstock CEO said that there are sometimes they come up with feature ideas, then after discussions they predict that it will take them 3 months to actually execute that idea. Then when they hold a hackathon, somebody builds that thing in one day. Imagine. Hackathons are where programmers are fully concentrated and building things very fast, very, very fast. In 2009, in 2010, there was a hackathon held by TechCrunch, and two guys built something they called GroupMe in the hackathon. And the following year, Skype bought the company, the GroupMe company, for $83 million. No, you missed it. So you built something in a night with your guy, and in the following year, that is 12 months later, you sold it for $83 million. And you know the funniest thing about hackathons, that the guys that code together usually don't know themselves before. So you just attend this hackathon with your school bag and your laptop in it, and then after they've described the problem, they will just pay, programmers will pay up according to skills. After pairing up, they start building apps on the hackathon. Many apps have come from hackathon. For instance, in 2007, Facebook's engineering manager sent email to everybody and asked them, hey, would you like to participate in a hackathon? And they agreed on a date. After that, the following day, when they were now presenting the softwares they did, Mark Zuckerberg himself was surprised. He was like, wow. He now met the guy and asked him, hey, what do you need so that you can be holding this periodically? That was how Facebook fused it into their company culture. You see, when Mark Zuckerberg was writing a letter to his investors during their IPO, he called Facebook a hackathon culture company. You understand? So they built it into their company. Many of their products have come from hackathon. For instance, the Facebook timeline that you see, it is from hackathon. Somebody built it in a night in a hackathon. So hackathon is something that you should start looking toward or looking at implementing in your company. If your company builds product and you have developers, hackathon is something you should start looking at implementing. Then programmers build for different reasons. What would make programmers spend a day, 3 days building something? Number one is put a cash price. That's the very obvious one. Put a cash price, and you'll see people coding all their life just to get the money. Then the other thing is gift prizes like laptops, phones, and stuff. Programmers will code. Then another thing is bragging rights. If the media is there, programmers will code forever. If I know that, hey, if I'm just coming from a hackathon today, it's on anti-corruption stuff. If I know that, hey, there is all this CNN there and they're doing this hackathon, I don't even need anybody to pay me. I'll code forever. You understand? There was a hackathon I attended the other late last year on health. You know, it's just crazy. When I knew that there were a lot of media personalities there, man, you have to code so you show up on the news. You know, so there is something called bragging rights. Once you bring programmers together like that in their hundreds or tens or hundreds, you see them. They can code forever for no reason. because they want to earn bragging rights. Everybody wants to fall into a category and put themselves at the top. So programmers code for different reasons, and there are different types of hackathons. Number one, there is one that a platform hackathon where all the programmers there, or all the developers and designers you brought, have to code or build on your platform. For instance, if you release the game engine and you call a hackathon on it, developers will visit and you tell them to use your game engine to build a product. You understand? That is platform. And there's field. When you tell them that, hey, innovate on this field. Like one I attended, we had to innovate on the medical field. So we coded for 2 days on medical ideas. We formed teams with people we've never met, and today I'm still friends with some of them. So it's very, very interesting hackathon. Then there are just different types of hackathon, and there are random ones and open hackathons where programmers gather and for no reason they just build on nothing. The type that TechCrunch does, gathers programmers and hey, just build on whatever you want. At the end, we just see the Marvel product you came up with. Okay, so depending on what it is, just call your hackathon. It's good to build that hackathon culture and call programmers from outsiders too to compete with your in-house programmers and mix up with them and innovate on stuff. You may be surprised at the kind of ideas that will come out from hackathons. So thank you very much. I hope you implement the hackathon culture in your company, and I hope that it makes you a lot of profit. Thank you. My name is Dave Partner. Like and share this video. And if you're on YouTube, there's a red button at the bottom. Click on it to subscribe. See you in the next video.